Hi there, this is video T 5.2 on trig ratios, and we're going through some examples on the cosine. These pages, I would say, be really important to make sure you don't lose. And in fact, I might put them in a different spot in my binder, simply because if you have a cosine question you need to do later, you can refer back to these pages, because there's only 3 different ways, more or less, that I can ask you questions about cosines, and they're all going to be here. So let's start off by labeling. So the idea is I'm going to do a sample, and then I want you to turn off the camera and do the practice, and then turn it back on and see that we agree. Labeling, first step always. Don't know what to do on a right triangle, label it. Hypotenuse, around the angle, adjacent, and opposite. Okay, let's make sure I got this figured out right. I got the hypotenuse, I got adjacent. Yep, so that will be cosine. So in this question, given adjacent and hypotenuse, and I want angle. All right, so formula, cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Cosine theta, adjacent, let's see, adjacent is 14 over 21. All right, before I go further, let's just do our checkpoint. Kind of this first one, once I substitute in the information, I always make a check, because I don't want to do a whole question and find out that in step 2, I put the number in the wrong spot. So first thing, I should have 2 numbers and 1 unknown. So there's my unknown. And the second thing, the top number should be smaller than the bottom number, because hypotenuse is always the longest side, but that should always be the biggest one. So cos theta. Now 14 divided by 21, I think it is 0.6 repeating, but I don't know. 14 divided, oopsies, 21. Oh yeah, I know it's 2/3. There we go. 0.6. Now, if you want to, you're going, hey, wait a minute, you said we always got to carry 4 decimal places. That's fine. So 0.6667 would be fine, but I'm just saying that because it's repeating decimal 6, I just kind of cheated and did that. Now to find my angle, anytime I'm looking for the angle, it's going to be second and cos. And my calculator allows me to just go equals. So theta is 48. Okay, so 48.1, round to the nearest whole degree, just because that's what we normally do. I don't know, for some reason textbooks like to, degrees goes to the nearest whole number. And there we go. There is our angle. So that is 48 degrees. All right, turn off the video. Do this one. It's similar setup, but I can't tell you often enough to not just sit there and watch the videos, especially if you're also playing on your phone or listening to music or watching a movie. Not sure how you do that part, but you got to learn. You got to do it on yourself. Do it yourself. Practice, practice, practice. And you got to be brave. If you make a mistake, no big deal. Learn from it. Watch the video. Figure out what you did wrong. So please turn off the video. I'm going to trust that you did. Starting off with labeling. Hypotenuse, around the corner where the angle, around, angle, adjacent. AAA. Adjacent. I just figured that out today. It kind of excites me. Opposite. I'm going to take my highlighter and mark the stuff I know. And that does indeed confirm that it is cosine, because it's adjacent over hypotenuse. So cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Cos, still don't know the angle. Adjacent is 10 over 18. All right, 54. First of all, I should have 2 numbers and an unknown. There's my unknown. And in this case, hypotenuse should be the bigger of the 2 numbers. So we are good here. So cos theta. Okay, I'm going to say it's 0.5 repeating, but I'm just guessing. 10 divided by 18. Woohoo! It's a good day. 0.5 repeating. I'm just going to use my bar there, and then I go second and goes and magic. So theta is equal to 56.25, or theta is 56 degrees. Now, if your calculator is not magic like me, and you can't just hit the equals button, then if I go second and goes, point. Right, if I do, oh, wait, okay. It's repeating, so you know what? You could sit there and do that for a while. And look, you get exactly the same answer. If you go second and goes and point, whoops, nope. Second and goes and 0.5556, rounding appropriately. You know what? If you round, it's still going to be this, and when you round to the nearest whole number, it's still going to be 56. So it really doesn't matter a whole lot. I just like this calculator because it allows me to just hit my equals, and it takes my answer. Get to know your calculator. Okie dokie. Let's take a look at this next set of two delightful questions. Here we go. There's my hypotenuse. Go around the corner with the angle, which makes this adjacent and this opposite. All right, what do we got? We have got adjacent, and we are looking for hypotenuse. So I'm still in cos. Oh, let's put it over here. Given, adjacent, and what do we have? Oh, we are given the angle. And now we're supposed to find the hypotenuse. So you want hypotenuse. Okie dokie. Bring the paper so you can see better. Cos theta. Do I always have to write? Yes, write that every time. It doesn't take that long, and it helps you get the question right because you're putting the numbers in the right place. Just a little round. 25 degrees, adjacent is 3.8 divided by hypotenuse. You can put the units in there, but then it would have been meters and meters, and it would have disappeared in the next step anyway, so I'm not going to bother. So cos 25. Okay, cos 25, that's exactly what I typed in there. You don't have to do the inverse or anything. The inverse is only when you're looking for the angle. So 0.9063 is 3.8 over hypotenuse. And anytime I'm looking for one of these two, I'm going to end up cross multiplying. So multiply through 1 times 3.8, 0.9063 hypotenuse. I always write that. It is just practice, and I don't know. I find if I start to divide at this step, it just becomes random as to which number is on the top and what am I dividing by and stuff like that. Just take the time. It's not that bad. 0.9063 hypotenuse divide 0.9063 . 3.8 divided by 0.9063 . 4.1944 is equal to my hypotenuse. Oopsies. And let's see if that is reasonable. This is 3.8. My hypotenuse being 4 is okie dokie. It needs to be the longer of the two. Sorry, that just appeared on me there. Okay, so again, turn off the video now. Do this question over here. The process should be pretty close. And then turn it back on and see that we have the same answer and we agree. Okay, trust that you did turn it off. Labeling. Hypotenuse. Around the corner. Adjacent and opposite. One of the reasons I do it, it's familiar. And if you do the same thing, it's like, oh no, I have a question to do. But I can label it first. Gives you that sense of accomplishment. And it's like, yeah, I can handle this. Math is okay. Dandy calculator. No, that's a highlighter. There we go. And I do that because a couple of times in these worksheets, I've actually had the wrong things. That I had numbers, I had the question in the wrong section. So just double checking. Adjacent hypotenuse, that is indeed cosine. So theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Cos 71 degrees is adjacent, which I don't know. Adjacent, yes I do, it's 53 over hypotenuse. Now, if you ever get a question where you have a number here, and a number here, and a number here, you might check that. Remember, you always got 2 out of 3 that you know, and 1 unknown. So cos 71, 0.3256 over hypotenuse. Now to get rid of your fraction, I'm such a fan of cross multiplying. And yeah, if you can argue, do I need both of those steps? The truth is no, because you're multiplying through by 1 all the time. If it was some kind of another different question where there was a different number on the bottom, then I would really be insistent that you do this step. I do it the same way every single time, and then I don't have to worry. This time I should do that. This time I can take a shortcut. Nah, don't bother. 0.3256. I have to get that to cancel out to 1. So hypotenuse 53 divided by 0.3256. 62.77, 163. All right, now let's take a look. Oh, that had centimeters, so let's add units there. 163. And that seems like a lovely answer for my hypotenuse because it needs to be longer than my adjacent side. Oh, okay. Here's a tip for you. You're doing this and you get partway through and you kind of get lost and you know you've got the 53 and you can't remember if you should multiply by the 0.3256 or you should divide by 0.3256. Well, you can see here, dividing is a good choice. Let's just say you're having a bad day. You didn't listen, you didn't write out the formula, you're kind of lost. What happens? We go 53 times 0.3256. You get 17. If you do that, if this represents 53, I'm hoping you can see there's no way that's going to be 17. Your hypotenuse has always got to be the longest line, longest side in a triangle. So that's why I do that very last step of going, yeah, for hypotenuse, that's the longest side, because you'll catch those like just little bitty mistakes that, I don't know, maybe you had those flipped. I don't know what you did, but you'll be able to catch yourself and go back and fix it. And I always tell my students, if they're doing a test and they realize the answer can't be right, they can't figure out wrong, write it. If I had 17 here, I go, dear instructor, I know the answer can't be 17 because hypotenuse needs to be the longest line. but I don't know what I've done wrong, but I recognize it's wrong. And I hope if you're a really cool instructor, possibly me, they'll at least give you partial marks for that because you're paying attention. You're seeing if your answer is reasonable. Cool. Math is cool. You're cool.